You see, some people would want to keep whining us and keep stressing us where they fully know that we don't tolerate being stressed. But one of the most interesting facts is that we have been so combined with homogeneous knowledge of what we have already. When I told you guys that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has nothing to answer to this logic, you think I was just making some kind of noise or making some kind of proposals that are not making sense. But today, just 2 hours ago, our barrister Fanya Ejiofor has announced to us that it's done and dusted. The court, uh, by His Lordship Hon Justice Binta Inyako, has finally declared that she has no further case with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu should be released. Of course, we learned that the US has ordered a presidential treatment to our leader because he deserves every good thing that comes his way. Every good thing that happens to him, he deserves it with full honor, with full respect, with full, jurisdiction. Of course, you should know that we have come a long way, and this is one of the most biggest truths that we share, biggest truth that we persevere, biggest truth that we must put along. You get so, and Justice Bintanyako has already declared that the man that is involved is free and free indeed. Of course, they know the truth from the onset, from the beginning, from the very day the kidnappers and they already know the truth. But actually, na do kwado, they end up yielding nothing from dragging it. From dragging it, they end up yielding nothing. And that's one of the most unpleasurable way of keeping a man who is innocent. We must learn and understand because Amadike will never give up. Some people said, oh, they just releasing Nnamdi Kanu so that he'll come and disrupt Peter Obi's movement and all that. Nnamdi Kanu is too big for that. I'll say it again in this platform. When I said it the first time, I got criticized. I'm saying it again, and you will see it will happen. And those ones that criticize won't come and say anything. That's one of the most useless set of things I've seen in my life. Permit me to take some water because I know that even Jubre cannot. Now, concerning the very case that the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has been passing through for a very long time, shows in a bit that this man is a man with honor, an honorable man. And that is why we are where we are today. So, Barrister Ejiofor has to remind us that breaking news done and dusted. The court, per His Lordship on Justice Binta Nyako, is in agreement with us that it lacks the jurisdiction to entertain any further charge against Onyendo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in view of the landmark judgment of the Court of Appeal. The matter was consequently adjourned, signed pending the outcome of the appeal at the Supreme Court. We are winning. Supreme Court here we come. No going back on any freedom. Our appeal to set aside the order, stay in execution for Hindu's judgment will be fixed for hearing any moment from now. You see, do you know why they are ashamed of themselves? They were using Justice Binta Nyako. Justice Binta Nyako is of course their own, but it got to a point where she began to say that this man I'm holding is a man of grace. See, when you hold a man of grace, you will definitely be disgraced. There's no two ways about it. When you want to terminate grace, you'll be disgraced. So Binta Nyako has been struggling. She's only doing it because I learned that her husband has a case with the federal government. And playing to the gallery and continue playing to the gallery, trying to, win the case for the federal government. This thing that she's trying to do is equally dragging her, eating her up. she said to herself, enough is enough. We all know the truth, and I'm going to the court to say the truth. Of course, the next thing they would do is to change her and arrest her husband. But the court of appeal has spoken. It now shows that both ESNO, both IPOB, both those innocent people that Nigerian soldiers have been sent to kill by the federal government are all innocent. If our leader can be innocent, that means every other person is innocent. And that is their fear. Because they are going to face international courts. Like I have found a dog and a bamba. I'm waiting for them. A place of prayer. A place where we must continue to put it across. So that when you get to an sent your form of man. I have very cogonoga of Romoni Hagua, Namiri Gabia. I did a video. You see, one thing with this channel is that we have always been top number one. Whatever we say may take time, but it will come to pass. We have the backing of several countries, and that is good news for us. But most importantly, let's be guided. Because as long as we are guided, a lot of breakthrough will happen. And that's when things will unravel itself. So, if the continuation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu holding him down, trying to terminate him, trying to do all sorts of things with him, it will potentially lead to certain people being disgraced. Look at Abakari. Abakari was busy gallivanting, disgracing himself in the southeast. Nnamdi Kanu go be where see again. But this way, but the southeast, you would live in shame. Look at Mwike's life. Ever since that Nnamdi Kanu said something about Mwike, look at his life. Look at him before he became a governor. Look at him now. When you want to terminate grace, look at Ekweremadu. Ekweremadu is now running around. All his properties have been seized. These are people who messed with grace. Look at Ifeanyi Oba. Look at name several governors. Uzodinma, Rochas Okorocha. Name all of them. The day you want to terminate grace, the day you will be disgraced. That's just it. It is just a truth that you cannot dodge. So we thank Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for his great work and his barristers. Almost hail Biafra, the land of the rising sun. He says.